There's always time to talk watches.
I love that. Look
But
at the
Fast
puns.
10 out now. See it. See the movie.
Are you happy when you're thinking about the Fast franchise? Do you get to go back to being a babyface? You're a good guy again in Fast 10.
So I'm happy because it goes along with what happened. You know, a bad guy who gets an opportunity to kind of mirror a moment in the Fast franchise of when Dom Toretto needed a 10-second car, he got one.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dom Toretto, 9 movies later, is able to give his brother a 10-second car. Like, that's beautiful. And I'm glad they didn't make me some sort of jaded individual, because I went through the jaded phase.
Yeah.
And yes, it was only one movie, and in a perfect story, maybe 2 or 3 movies, but whatever. That moment of somebody once gave me a 10-second car. Now I'm giving you one. That's switch. See you bye. That's coming down to save the day, throw all the heels out of the ring, and come on.
Yeah,
Like,
big comeback.
that's that moment.
Yeah.
So it was cool that they didn't let the gravity of that, because being a Fast fan, like, I was involved in the 10-second car moment.
Uh-huh.
What's going on?
Yeah.
I'm glad that they didn't be like, and then you have to go back to being this, this, and this. No, I showed up in the same gear that you're familiar with, and then evolved.
Yeah.
And that was really fun.
People know I love the Fast franchise. I've been a fan forever. And one of my favorite things is, and it's why I like wrestling too, it's the storytelling and the sense that somebody can go, wait. How did they go from just being street racers to like having cannon cars and launching off of missiles and trying to stop a bomb from blowing up very important historic landmarks? And I go, well, if you have a second,
Yeah,
I'll tell
exactly.
you exactly over the course of 10 movies.
Yeah.
Because you can actually break that down. When you join this universe, did you go back through to go
Yes.
like, okay, how does this story?
No, I kind of knew, but I went back through to enjoy all the films.
Yeah.
And you know, one, they caught lightning in a bottle for sure.
Mhm.
I don't know what executives were thinking the movie was going to be, and it turned out to be a phenomenon. And then 2 was kind of a different direction. And then 3, you kind of maybe thought like, okay, this has run its course.
Yes.
And my favorite moment in the whole mythology is the button on 3.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know, like, no, it's not over.
Mm-hmm.
Like the movie had changed enough to be like, okay, you can't change again. They didn't change again. They brought it back to the square one. And then from then on, it started really to become a different thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the genius of it. That 4, they almost do the refresh.
Yeah.
Right?
And
And then
then
5, it's like, we're going into
bananas.
Crazy Town now.
Bananas.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love it. And I'm glad that you're there to be a part of it. The delayed gratification of it, right? For you to come from a world where you get not only the action part of it, right? But going back to the story, like, there's so many in this movie character moments where you get that pop from the audience, right? Where it's like when you show up, it's like, oh,
Yeah. It's play the Rumble entrance.
right. You've been a part of that and being a part of that reaction. But when you're filming a movie, you're like, I'm just assuming a year from now, the reaction's going to be there. Have you gotten better at kind of telling stories that way?
Yes, because I had to go through the process of like, these things are way different.
Yeah.
And then realize that they're not. It's the same. You go to the Royal Rumble and maybe you're number 16 and you have to wait 30 minutes, and that 30 minutes feels like a year.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just like, man, when the music plays, I hope they remember me. And now it's the same thing, just the wait is physically a year. It doesn't feel like a year, it is. And it's fun when audiences around the world enjoy.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. I used to say, like, the nuances are different. You're not as animated and you're not as big, but only sometimes. Sometimes you can be big and you can be animated. But it's the same thing. We're trying to entertain the world. We're trying to let them in on our story, and hopefully you craft a character that they connect with.